I can see when you sleep at night.
Live from the City of Angels. It's Thursday night and our live MMT of Scream 7. Straight out of the theater tonight. I'm a little surprised with my reaction. I'm not going to detonate this like you guys maybe wanted me to. I know, I feel kind of guilty, but it is what it is. These things are always organic and never agenda-driven. Imagine that, right? Film critique without having something to push. Here's my out-of-theater reaction from X tonight. Thanks for being here live on MMT. Scream 7, stupid AF, but craned neck, car crash, gawking, entertaining. Ha ha! You like that? With all the absurd twists and totally ridiculous killer reveal. Oh my God. Wow. That was something, right? Williamson, Kevin, unremitting in the fan service, and it's gonna make the franchise fans happy. They were happy in my screening. I imagine if you saw it tonight with a bunch of Scream freaks, they dug it. And again, I ask you to forgive me for not being as harsh as maybe I should tonight, live from LA. Okay, let's do it. Let's watch 30 seconds and I'll break down why I'm saying what I'm saying. This is the MMTE, as always, live on Midnight Movie Talk.
I've been planning this for a long time, Sydney. Your daughter is the same age you were when this all started.
Is your mom gonna let you out of your cage tonight?
You thought you could protect her.
Scream 7. Can you believe that we've made 7 of these movies? It's crazy, right? When you think about it. You go back to the last 2, they were both bad. I really disliked Scream 6. So pretty much anything would be an improvement in my world. And this is shockingly better. I think one of the big keys here is Neve Campbell. You know, look, she's so perfect as mom now with her young teenage daughter who they're clearly going to pass this franchise on to, because this film going to open with like 50 million this weekend. We're not done with Scream. If you think we're done with Scream, you are just as stupid as this movie, because this film overall is just plain dumb. So many things happen that have you going, are you fucking kidding me that we're doing this? But somehow, as I alluded to earlier, through all of this, you still remain engaged and entertained. There are some gruesome, but I want to point out here, copycat kills. Not from franchise past. I think, really, you look at one of the first kills in this, in the theater, and I'm like, this is Terrifier. You guys see Terrifier? You seen the scene where the girl gets hung up and he cuts her in half? Well, this is a lot like that. But it is gruesome, okay? So if you're looking for the blood and the guts, especially the guts, you're going to get it this time around. But by the end of this film, when you get to the killer reveal, guys, I mean, what are we doing? That's all I could say. Anybody who's seen this will know exactly to what I'm referring. And my favorite is, I want to spoil the movie. I'm not going to, but I want you to pay attention to how quickly they throw away one of the killer's reasons to kill. Okay, I want to say it, but I can't. But it's amazing to me that Williamson thought that this was the way to finish the film. But listen, we've done 7. What do you expect? These things are dumb, absurd, ridiculous, and you just either go with it or you don't. I went with it more this time around. I'm still only giving it a 70% because, overall, it's not great. But if you check your brain at the door, walk in, sit down, and just go, fine, I'll go with everything that is the inanity of this film, you will say Scream 7's okay. I know you will. I have a feeling that you will agree with me on this film. Bruce, super chat early. Appreciate that. My AMC screening tonight for Scream 7 was a lot of fun here in Baltimore. It was packed. People were into the film. It's not perfect, but it works. Paramount wins. Good weekend for theaters. Listen, I think that when you look at this film, it is fan service, okay? I alluded to it earlier in that X reaction post. You look at the people who have endured with this franchise for 30 years, right? They are part of the overall popularity of this film and how it's able to continue to exist and to put asses in seats like we're going to see this weekend. And you saw there tonight, Bruce, in Baltimore. It's decent. Listen, Paramount did not screw this film up. There's a lot of people out there talking about the Palestine and the Barrera whole thing. And listen, man, that's not what I do here. We can talk politics at a certain time and place, but it has no business in a film review. If you're including that into your film review, did you hear me talk about that at all during mine? I don't recall. Do I need to replay everything again so you maybe catch it this time where I don't mention it? Listen, you are instantly invalidating everything that you do when you include that shit in your review. That's not your job. And let's make this very clear. Film review is not our job for very many people. So the fact, that's just the truth, right? It's a fun hobby. We all talk shit about it. It's great. We all can communicate and, communally experience these things. But listen, let me tell you that it's just not part of the evaluation. And I'm tired of reading these critics from name any publication. They're all left wing, hard left. And I'm not right. I'm not left. I'm in the middle. I'm objective. That's what I try to do. Now, listen, sometimes I might go one way or the other, but it has no business in a review. And I am just so tired of having to discuss this your agenda inside of a review. Now, we talk about things like Terrifier, right? Let's go back and just briefly touch on that film. You guys know I'm not a fan of that film because it makes me feel like shit. I don't like watching people get tortured on screen. I don't like any of the Saw movies, Hostel, any of that stuff. That's not entertaining to me, okay? That's my personal preference. That's not political, right? Political is I don't like this film because the director is a Trump supporter. That has no business in your review. But the problem is, as I've stated so many times, we have too many people in the space who that is their business. And again, lots of weirdos in the space, just straight up people that are the island of misfit toys. I've talked about this how many times doing this stream. It is a collection of people that are really validated by displaying all of their tribal bullshit politically, and I have no interest in that. It's just not something that you really get involved here with. It is completely goofy, Sid, but listen, did you not have fun watching it? Listen, it's about an hour and 50 minutes, and I wanted to go take a piss, and I said, you know what? I'm entertained enough. I'm going to stay. There might be something dumber than what just happened happen now, so I'm going to pay attention. It just kept you there, again, like that gawking at a car crash. That's what we're dealing with here tonight. So it's not an awful film. I'm telling you, six is way worse than this. I wouldn't watch 6 again for just all of the meta shit, the New York stuff, all of that is just they're climbing between the ladder, between the buildings. It was at 5 or 6. I couldn't even believe what I was watching. Tonight, It's the small town. It feels very Halloween-esque, right? And now Nev Campbell playing Jamie Lee Curtis, the role, and it's very much, it feels like it's in that world. I think the other thing that I'm not a fan of in general with the Scream franchise is, you guys know me. If I want my horror, I want it to be dark, okay? I know I talk about Terrifier. That's different. That's torture porn, right? I'm talking about, I want to see something like Bring Her Back, talking about a recent horror film that works because the tone remains one thing. It's dark. It is a horror film. You're talking about here with Scream, you're talking about kind of a sitcom horror film, right? It's got all the goofy stuff. When you throw in the TV news stuff with what's her name and her face, it just continues to get weirder by the year. I mean, Courtney Cox, listen, Weber's going to be the bad guy. Let me please make sure this is clear. This is beyond film criticism here tonight. If you're considering getting some freakish work done to your face, please don't. Please do not, as a lot of guys do, yank their face back with a facelift. If you're Courtney Cox, get strange fillers in your cheeks and your chin protrudes now. You look like a circus clown. It's the reality. I'm sorry, guys. You know what? It's my stream. I can do what I want. I'm telling you realities. And I'm just telling you, whenever you look at Courtney Cox, just go, God damn, woman, you used to be cute. What happened? I don't know what it is. I'm not saying it's all women. It seems to be more women than men, but there's lots of men who do the same thing. Look at Gosling and what he's done to his face. Please just leave your shit alone. I've got wrinkles, okay? I've got things. I'm not going to get my face plastered back where my eyeballs are popping out. I'm not doing it, okay? If I do, you have every right to come in the comments and haze me mercilessly because I did exactly what I said not to do. I had low expectations, was pleasantly entertained by the absurd decisions. You saw the same movie. I mean, Kevin, it's the same thing, right? This is better than 6, as I've said multiple times here tonight, better than 5, and it has nice forward momentum. It's early on, this film, it hits it goes from 0 to 100, and I didn't know what they were going to do with it. And I think it's still, at that point, I was like, okay, this is a disaster. But then I understood, when I realized what was going on, that it kind of fit. But you'll notice this film kind of just goes along and all of a sudden, wham, you're like, wait a second, what's going on? And then it settles in, I think, and does a little bit better job. The absurdities continue, but it then just kind of finds its rhythm a little bit better. And again, listen, am I excited for Scream 8? Hell no. Hell no. But at the same time, you can do worse than Scream 7. If you're a fan, you're going to think it's fine. I just know you will. A couple more comments, and then I'm going to talk about the merger here, Paramount and Warner Brothers. We did that stream earlier, but I might as well just bring it back up here tonight as we are on here live on this Thursday night after midnight on the East Coast, now 12:30 there, 9:30 here in Los Angeles. DB Deets, thank you for the comment here tonight. You're right, Eric, especially when you see Nev against Courtney and they have a lot of scenes together. To exactly what I was just talking about with Courtney Cox's face, right? Nev has aged gracefully. Has she done a little work? Yeah, but it's like minimal, right? A little bit of Botox here and there, something like that. Courtney Cox is, you go back and you look at Meg Ryan. One of the reasons Meg Ryan stopped working in Hollywood is she went trout pout, right? She just, what happened? I think that the lesson to take away as someone who is aging, just age gracefully. I'm not saying it's the easiest thing, man. We all, trust me, guys, if you're younger, you're like, listen to this guy. Trust me, you'll be here one day. And just look and you go, listen, I'm no longer 28. And you just have to accept it. I know for women it's harder because the society says you have to look a certain way. I say, fuck that. I say you are comfortable in whoever you are and what you are, and you just live that. And I just wish that people had more confidence in their looks and didn't have to go out and do all of this cosmetic surgery and these augmentations. It's just not something that, boom. I mean, look, we're off to a whole nother topic here. And it's exactly, you guys are so smart. You're filling in the spaces perfectly. Barry Keoghan. You look at his face, he's turning into Barry Manilow. I mean, you look at Bradley Cooper, Barry Manilow, because they get like the fillers here and the eyes get pulled back and it's stop. Hollywood just messes people up, right? I know we're talking about Scream 7, but I'm just saying, right, it's Courtney Cox. And it's just sad. It's sad because you see somebody and you're like, you used to be really pretty and now you're just creepy. I personally blame Hollywood for how they treat women with their looks, which is just what I alluded to, Kevin, when we talk about the pressure that women face. You look at Jennifer Aniston, who's now in her mid-50s, hell, pushing 60, and she still looks the same because she's had a lot of fillers done in her face. I told you I saw Jennifer Aniston at the Apple party. They had a Christmas party a few years ago that I went to, and she's stunning still, at 50. And that's the thing, is you can still be super hot at 50. I mean, some of us, listen, I'm Gen X. You guys can probably figure it out. Here's the deal. Just age gracefully. Okay, age gracefully. That's one of the takeaways here tonight. There was a substance parody in Scary Movie trailer. You know what's funny? I'm so pissed, Mount Fillmore. Let me see if it's available because I missed it. Menzel and I were having a beer next door at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I make my way up there. He ran in to see the trailer. I had to piss so bad because I had like a 22-ounce Coors Light. Listen, from Columbus, man, that's what I drink. Well, you guys, I'm not drinking the IPAs. I'm drinking the Miller Lights, the Bud Lights, the Coors Lights. That's a Michelob Ultra. But I had to piss, and I missed it. Let's see if it's here. Hold on. Let's see if they loaded it. I don't know. I think it might be only in theaters. Let's see if anyone posted one here. Give me a second. I don't see it. Nothing yet. No. You know what? I'll have to watch it on Sunday. I'm sure they'll post it by Sunday. We'll watch it Sunday night. Couple more comments here. Yep, of course. Gen X born in the 70s and the 80s. Gen X goes like weird, right? It's like late 60s all the way up to like 80, I want to say. So somewhere in that range. But yeah, let's see a couple more comments here. Didn't you see Nev in person tonight? Yes, Johnny, thank you for reminding me. This is the thing. Remember I tell you I'm so jaded living out here in Los Angeles that I'm just like, who cares? Here comes Nev Campbell. So we get in tonight, right? And here it is. I've got it right here. Thanks for reminding me, Johnny. You guys are the best. Here it is. Let me pop this up so you can see this was at the Dolby screening tonight. My favorite theater in LA, Dolby Cinema Burbank. It's one of the best. It is by far. I've been to every one. I'm telling you right now, Dolby Burbank rocks. And look down at the very front. Can you see that? I'm making myself a little bit smaller here. Give me a second. And you can see there's Nev Campbell down. Let me zoom. There's Nev, okay, right? Kevin Williamson on the left, Nev Campbell on the right. But you got to remember, I'm up in the balcony tonight. Typically, I sit down very close, like not in the first row, like 3-4 rows back. But tonight, I was like, because it was basically sold out. There's like 2 seats, and I grabbed one that was all the way up. And Menzel was a couple down from me, and there it is. And they walk in. They go, because here's the thing is, they never do, at the beginning, this popped up. All the stuff came, AMC, Nicole Kidman, all that shit. And then they brought the screen up of Scream 7, and I'm like, why are they doing that? And then here comes, one of the workers at AMC going, hey, guys, I just want you to know that you're one of the first people to see Scream 7. Oh, here they go. And I said it out loud. I go, they're here. They're here because I live in LA. I know this. And they go, and here she is, Nev Campbell, along with Kevin Williamson. They came out and just said, like, I don't know. They talked for like a minute. Hey, we're happy you're here. You guys are awesome, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I didn't get to see her, Johnny, that close. Okay. But she's age appropriate for me. Is she married? Because Nev Campbell's 100% age appropriate. That's not to say I can't be like Leo and hitting on a 22-year-old. I'm just saying that this is more age appropriate for me to take a liking in Nev Campbell. Do you guys understand? I'm telling you, this stream's the weirdest stream ever. The Melissa Barrera simps are gonna miss out on this. Shocked at how much fun 7 is. I agree, Luis. And listen, I'm not telling you that I'm not a Melissa Barrera simp. Melissa Barrera is a smoke show, right? The kids still say that. She is so fucking hot, right? I mean, Melissa Barrera, woo! I mean, yeah, I like Nev Campbell a lot. She's more age appropriate, but I'm just telling you, Melissa Barrera, wow, lights out, the body on that. Whoa. So I am technically, Luis, a Melissa Barrera, quote, simp in a way, but I'm also not married to the fact that she got booted off this because she said some pro-Palestine thing, whatever, right? Okay, listen. Again, that's not part of the review. I don't miss Melissa Barrera from a story perspective. I miss her rocking body. It's just, it is what it is. I wasn't expecting to even go here. And you guys throw Melissa. Do I need to show you Melissa Barrera in a bikini? Just trust me. But the whole thing was, hey, here it is. She got fired, and I'm going to base my entire review on the fact that Melissa Barrera got benched, got shoved out of this project because of her speech. And listen, here's the thing. Can I ask you a question, everyone who's pissed about Melissa Barrera? Can we talk for a second? Do you have the same energy for Gina Carreño, whatever her name is. See, again, I'm not the anti-woke. Did you have the same energy for Gina that you have for Melissa? Is that, see, this is why I am the gold standard. MMT's the gold standard, because I asked the question, you guys go, damn, Weber's just drilling him again, ain't he? The gold fucking standard. Because that's the question. No, they don't, because the left-wingers all have their own, they modulate whether something's appropriate or not based on their beliefs. That's not how you do things. That's why the space, 97+% of the people in the film space are to be disregarded and mocked because their beliefs override their criticisms of the film, and they can't get out of their own way because they have to insert politics into everything, therefore ruining any credibility they have within the critic space. And I will call them out for the remainder of time. That is why, at the end of the day, you think that, trust me when I say this, my DMs, I get them all the time from people and they go, Weber, what I love about you is I don't know what you're going to say because I believe you are objective and you do as good as anybody else that we've seen in this space in recent history at the ability to remain in a neutral space for as long as possible before moving off of that space. And most people in this space start already at one location because they already have something agenda. Could be political. It could be the fact that we're talking about director of note, the filmography, the past, the stature. Hey, it's a Spielberg. Hey, it's a Bong. Hey, it's whatever. Look at Mickey 17. You go into Mickey 17 saying it's Bong, and you come out of it going, holy shit, this is the worst thing he's ever done. You have to be able to do that. Most people in the space can't because they cannot possibly conceive that a director who has achieved in the past could fail in the future. They don't believe that. They can't wrap their minds around that concept. And that's a real problem. It's a major problem, Tom. Too many biased YouTubers. Gore's awful. Gore's one of the worst critics ever. I mean, he's really awful. And when he's drunk, he's even worse, which is most of the time. I mean, the guy's always drinking a Truly, like 5 or 6 of them. I had one Coors Light tonight. Listen, I'm not going to go any further. It's just, he's useless, absolutely useless in the space. Completely. You talk about an empty gas bag. That's Chris Gore. But you look at any additional number of anti-woke. There's so many. It's not just about the left. It's about the anti-woke crop. They're too much too. They don't know how to objectively do things. Even if they want to, their audience is not going to be going along with what they have to say because they're going to be like, you're saying what you're not supposed to say. This, we're part of this big tribe, the hive mind of anti-woke. Therefore, you can't say these things because now you're going to piss off the audience. Listen, man, I've told you forever when we started this thing, I don't have an audience. This is the Riddler's channel from the Batman, and that's what it is. I do not say things to gain approval. It has never happened. And I don't want to start tonight nor ever. It's not what I am. It's not who I am. My whole lens of looking at these things is through objectivity and trying to remove as much preconceived notions and ideas about something out of the current thing we're discussing. And that's not to say that sometimes I'm not going to look like I'm being political because you're like, wait, you're taking a side, because I've done the research. I have said, here's all of what I see, and this is where I'm coming down on it. You got to do that. But before that, you've got to remain, where are all the facts? Now let's go there, okay? By the way, look, I'm so excited. If you guys want this, I've got the official Scream 7 Dolby poster tonight. Look at Nev. Looking great there. She looks like she's like back in 1996. So they were handing these out. Every time I get one of these, first of all, I forget to show them because it's so important. I really should stick it right here for the review, shouldn't I? I really should have grabbed the tack and thrown it up here. This is very poor. But I do want just a little bit of love here tonight. Do you see the background? Another brand new graphics package tonight, including me as Ghostface. You guys got to understand, we're the gold standard, not just in film criticism, but also in graphic design. Thank you. It is... What, this poster's shiny? My glasses are shiny. I was going to go, sand shades tonight because, that's a Sunday night thing. But I figured with the red out tonight, the red shades work as part of the overall aesthetic. You see, this is why one day they're going to allow me to direct a film. I told you, I would only be good as the director after everything's shot. In other words, I'm telling the director how to cut the film. Get rid of that. That's bad. Change this. Do this. I'm basically, I'm a one-man test screening machine. If you let me watch a film, I will tell you what you need to do to make it better. So let's talk about that. Back to Scream 7 here tonight. If you're asking me, how would I make this film better? Okay, that's not easy because the script does so many dumb fucking things that you're asking me to go in and do surgery on something that is inoperable, okay? So if you ask me, what would I do to make this a better film? I would have to go back in and rewrite before I got the actual final product. Because once it's done, all of the pieces are in place, and I can't just start cutting things because of the killer reveal. You can't get rid of characters because of that whole, oh my God. So it's too late. It's too late. This isn't a film that I can say, do this and this, and we can twist a couple knobs. But again, listen, for what it is, it's Scream 7. It's fun enough. I'm not telling you to skip it. I told you guys. You got it too. You got the poster. It is nice. It's the throwback aesthetic, and, it matches, again, the graphics here tonight. All right, couple more. And then I'm going to go on to the story of Paramount, and obviously Warner Brothers, the big win for all of us today with Paramount. Oh, but Paramount is a right-wing Trump organization. Oh, my God, these people. I don't know. I just can't with these people anymore. I can't, right? The people picketing at Paramount for the Palestinian stuff, and now, oh, no, Paramount's a Trump thing, and oh, my God. You guys, stop letting politics run your life so much. Stop. It's all a fucking circus. Would you just stop? Why do you do this? Find an identity that doesn't revolve around you talking about politics all the time. It's so dull, people. Stop doing it. It's just it's not your cause. And if it is your cause, find a cause that's more you. Make you the cause. Don't make that the cause. Make you the cause. Make yourself better as a person. Go to the gym instead of sitting here talking about politics all day. Good fucking God. I'm so tired of it. It gets so old. AMC needs to up their game with the app. You reserve a seat for Scream 7 on Fandango. A ghost face appears. No, listen, Mount Fillmore. The app is the app. I am happy it works because the AMC app is not great. Sometimes you'll search for a movie and it doesn't show up. You go to the page to see what the movies are out, and it's showing you movies that have been out for 3 weeks. The app should list the number one movie when you first open it. Okay, first of all, let's do it right now. Let's open up the AMC app. I'm doing it here. I'm going to show you what it looks like when I first pop it up. The first thing I should see is Scream 7. Okay, there it is. Can you guys see? Do you see Scream 7 in one of those four? You do not. How in the hell is Scream 7 not one of the four films that you see right here? In fact, it should be the only thing you see right here. It's going to open to 50 million likely this weekend. We'll talk about that in a second. Why is it not here? Instead, I can only imagine 2, Goat, Crime 101, and what the hell, the 21 Pilots? Okay, let's scroll down a little bit further. Get on the Bus, The Woman King. Who the hell asked for The Woman King as a fan fave? You guys see that shit? Who asked for The Woman King? The Woman King sucked. Who the hell wants to see a fan fave? Who's the fan? Guys, I'm still going. Finally, there it is, Scream, after I scrolled through 3 times. The AMC app sucks. I don't expect any ghost things to show up when I hit a seat. I'm lucky to have anything show. The only thing it's good at, it is good at if you have a seat, get rid of the seat, get another seat. It's very good about moving in and out of seats, right? Let's say you have a seat up in the front row because it's only seat. Then all of a sudden, last minute, which always happens, there's a seat that opened up. You just jump into that seat. It's pretty easy. It takes like about 30 seconds to blow that out. So I guess. No, but seriously, Louise, seriously. Who fucking asked for The Woman King? Who has talked about that movie since it was out? Hardly anyone talked about it when it was out. I mean, that movie was not great. Oh, watch out, Weber. Now you're being racist. Dude, Woman King sucks. I don't care what is a discussion. It's not a good film. A fan fave? What are we doing now? That's a fan fave? What the fuck? Are you kidding me? I'm like, I honestly, my mind is blown. I can't even. I can't even. So, hey, listen, I heard someone say it might be Black History. It is Black History Month, but it might be tied into that, right? Probably is. Still, Roots, Color Purple, the remake is good. Not The Woman King. That's what I'm saying, Sid. Seriously, who asked for The Woman King as a fan favorite? That is the honest to God. That's one of the. I'm gonna let me be brutally honest. This is one of the dumbest fucking decisions I've ever seen in my life. To have The Woman King. Oh my God. That is so fucking embarrassing. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding? Oh my God. Is anybody even going to see The Woman King? Sorry, guys. We'll get to Paramount in a minute. Hold on. I got to see if anyone's actually going to see The Woman King. What in the hell? Hold on. Let's find out. I'm going to find a screening. Okay. It's tomorrow at 4:00 at the 8. Let's look. There's a few seats in the middle that have been taken. It's a really small theater. I would put this in the smallest theater that you could find. There's The Woman King. Till's better than Woman King, but it's still, again, not a great movie. I mean, I know it's recent. Can we go back into the past and come up? I mean, good Lord, good God. Don't. I'm not Coach. It's awful. No, it's not a good film. But you were told it was great because you have to. Remember the space? Because I've told, right, I've only raved about how many black films. Go back and look at a Fruitvale Station. I always bring that up because I was on Fruitvale Station before any of y'all even knew what Fruitvale Station was. So don't even start with me on that shit. But every time you say something like Woman King's bad, Weber's racist. What about all these? No. It's the one film that makes you, right? Remember when I didn't like a film that was involved around an Asian cast? You're racist. Oh, what about Parasite, Shoplifters, Minari, The Farewell, Decision to Leave, all these films I have ranked at like a 9 or higher. Oh, but you're racist. These people, man, are just a joke. Woman King's not a good film. What a joke of a pick. I don't care what month it is. That's an embarrassment. Absolute embarrassment. Okay, let's check sales. Let's check sales. I can't even believe what honest to God, these things need to be mocked. This is my job. I'm not going to hold. And the funny thing is, right, so the left-wingers won't do that because they'll be like, oh, my God, I could be perceived as racist. The right-wingers are like, it's too stupid to make fun of. The things I like to make fun of are the things that like, what? That doesn't even make any sense. That's dumb. That's what I want to talk about, not the anti-woke stuff. What's dumb? Dumb. Stupid. All right, let's go to AMC here on the screen because I don't have to show you my phone. God knows what pops up there. Here's a nudie. Wait, no. I mean, listen, have I been sent a nude or two? Yes. Good God, man. Of course. That would be really awkward. I don't need that in the middle of a stream. Okay. Let's find it right here. Let's go and look. I don't know why it doesn't know where I am right now. It has no idea where I am according to this. Okay, here we go. Can you see it? All right. Hold on. I got it. This is what happens when it's live. I got to pull this down and pull. I'm all by myself. I put listen, I'm a one-man operation. I made the overlay that you see. I'm doing the show live. I'm pushing the buttons. My internet's providing the stream. There's no one helping. This is not a team effort. You guys are helping with comments without question. But aside from that, it's all me. All Eric all the time, like it or not. Let's check out the Dolby 1145 tonight. Can you guys see this? Let's see what we got going there. Let me make myself smaller again. Hold on. I think this side's better. I got to hit the right camera. Look. Okay, here we go. Look at that. 11:45 tonight. Look how busy that is. Can you see? Look, the whole middle's taken up. I sat right about here. Let me zoom in. I sat right here in this row, kind of at the top of what you're looking at, where you see that handicap seat. I was right in there for tonight. That's where I took the picture of them on the thing. They were right, obviously, all the way down here, which is screen. But you can see that looks great for 11:45. Wow, I might have to put my number up on this. I really might. This feels like a real event, doesn't it? Prime at midnight. They're doing a midnight screening tonight. Let's check that. Here it is. That's pretty dead. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 seats. No, there's 2 in the back. 2 people. 2 people are going to be fucking in the back row. Oh my God, 100%. You can be all back. There's nothing back there. These 2 people are going to be getting nasty right here. These 2 people are going to be getting busy. I promise you tonight at midnight at AMC 16 at the Prime screening. Those 2 people you see, and maybe this guy on back, he's a Nev Campbell fan. He'll be by himself doing his own thing. You know what I'm saying? This whole back row is going to be really like X-rated shit going on at midnight tonight. Guaranteed. Oh, there's no chance it's not. Just know I'm not going in there. I'm not cleaning up the theater. It's not my job. I'm not. Sorry, guys. You guys are in for a long night tonight after this thing lets out at 12 o'clock. This movie doesn't need PLF. Sound and benefit for anything. You're so nasty. It's true. That's something I would say. You know what's funny? Here's what I laugh at. Is that now you guys are turning into things that I would say that I haven't said yet. It's really weird. Like, that's a total me comment. This film doesn't need PLF. Stop, Mount Fillmore. Stop trying to do me on my stream. Although it helps because it reminds me what I should be saying that I haven't said. It's exactly right. But no, and this guy, well, I don't know what he's going to do back here. He's in the middle of the row. He's probably okay. It's that back row I'm worried about, especially at midnight. You know, I mean, you got 2 people by themselves. This guy, there's a big space in between. They can both do their own crazy shit. I mean, this is some Pee Wee Herman shit, right? That's what's going to happen tonight inside that Prime theater. I'm really worried for the ushers as they have to clean that place up about 2 o'clock. This sticky floors. Do you see what you get out of this channel? You get just some weird shit. That's what we do. We really take pride in doing the strangest stuff because I don't know where we're going to go. The evaluation's over. Let's just start talking about random things. I'm going to put the projector at 51 million. That's my best guesstimate on where this will be. We're really good at this, okay? If you've never watched MMT, I have nailed this within 5 million many times. I'm talking within 5 million of nearly 100, right? I was at 91. I think we called 91 for Little Mermaid. I'll never forget that one. It opened at 91. That was amazing, right? We've done that. It's not once or twice. We do it all the time. I want to put this at 51, but I might even take the over because it feels like people are really juiced for this tonight. You know, the crowd was dressed up like Ghostface. There was all kinds of just all ages in there, from the Gen Xers to the young crowd, big gay crowd tonight. Listen, the gay community loves horror. So here we go. You got that audience. You've got some of the younger, I think demo will show up because they're like, what is this? It's a horror film. Horror plays well. It's a big profit, as you guys know. It's why studios crank so much horror out. And it's got a name, you know, so I think we're looking at 50 plus. I might be under on 51, but I'm going to take it at 51. That's a good number. That's a really strong number. We need it. We've had a really rough time. It is definitely better than Conjuring 4. Conjuring 4 sucks ass. This film is better because it's more fun, right? You know, Conjuring 4 takes itself so seriously, and none of it's scary. And Conjuring, oh, what a bad film. That was the last one, right? 4 was the last one. I was not happy with that film. Go back and watch the evaluation. This is better, way more fun. You know, you look at, that's a big part of any evaluation. Did I have fun watching it? Not if it's not a fun film, but I'm just saying a film like this should be fun because it's dumb. Like I said, it's like sitcom horror. So what do you expect? Okay, let's do, and I'll go to comments before we get out of here. I want to get the latest on the Paramount Warner Brothers situation because, as you guys know, we broke this. We didn't break it, but we were on earlier today. I have a half-hour stream. If you want to watch that, it's available on Midnight Movie Talk on YouTube. If you're watching on X and you want to see that, go to Midnight Movie Talk. That is the channel that you're watching now, and you can watch all of the old videos. Any film that you want to say over the past, we've been doing it since 2022. Any film that was in theaters, you're going to find my reaction to on that very channel. Let's go look here And I'm not going to, California Attorney General plants a flag on the Paramount Warner Brothers merger, not a done deal. Okay, I don't want to talk about that kind of crap. I just want to go over the basics of this whole thing. We're already like jumping ahead of the story. I understand this has to be regulation, has to be okayed, all that crap. But listen, this is a better deal, much better deal for everyone that loves theaters and going to the movies than Netflix. No way that it's not. Okay, here we go. Let's go to Variety. I've got it up here. You can see Paramount, Skydance poised to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery after Netflix bows out. So as you guys know, earlier in the day, Paramount came in with a bigger deal, and Netflix finally just said, we're done. And hello, we are celebrating, right? We are happy. Like Ron Burgundy. Yes, we are indeed very much in a celebratory mood. Netflix on Thursday afternoon formally declined to increase the offer to match Paramount. Therefore, right now, it is pretty much Paramount Warner Brothers merger. Now, here's the deal. Without getting into the weeds and the stock price and all that crap, here's why it's better. Very simple. Paramount, even with Ellison, forget the political bullshit. They believe in theatrical. I know Ellison does. I really do believe that. When you look at Netflix, I don't care what Ted Sarandos says, what he's on record saying, he is not a champion of cinema. I do not want Netflix, who has shown no regard for moviegoing whatsoever by releasing their films on a very limited basis, never with AMC except for Glass Onion for 1 week. Aside from that, nothing. And then you look at limited Regal, very limited Cinemark. They just don't have a footprint theatrically. They don't believe in windows. Remember the early comment from Ted Sarandos? He said, listen, if we acquire it, we're going to have all of our movies in theaters, but the windows are going to be short, like 2 weeks. Then look what happened. When he got all the blowback, guess what happened? He said, I now am going to agree with a 45-day window. He's a fucking politician. Ted Sarandos, I wouldn't trust for shit. That guy just says stuff. Do not believe him. You need to believe that Paramount's the better deal. I don't want you coming in here talking about Trump this, Trump that. I don't want to hear that shit. We're not doing that. I'm telling you, from a movie-going perspective, this is the win for all of us with Paramount winning. There is no other way to see this. And I know I'm right. Do not come in here. Someone already tweeted earlier today, well, if Paramount owned Warner Brothers, we would never have Sinners. Well, seeing as you're so fucking uneducated, let me help you out. One of Sinners' big things that it accomplished was major theatrical success. And Netflix would have never put it in theaters in the first place, so Sinners wouldn't become what it became. So I would take my chances with Paramount making a Sinners before Netflix maybe making it and never releasing it on a screen. So that matters. So these people, man, I'm so tired of the people getting the politics in there, right? Because did Ellison say something about Trump? Is that what happened? I have no idea. Did he say Trump's okay? I'm tired of it. I'm just telling you, this entire space is littered with people that are poisoned by their political beliefs. They cannot get out of their own way. They have to virtue signal, and anything that has anything to do with Trump is death. Can't do it. I can't go there. I've talked about how many times on the stream you have to be able to extract elements from people. Okay? We've had this discussion a million times. This is 1,000,001. You talk about extracting an element. If you talk about Trump, right? Let's talk about Trump. You might not like him. The thing he does well is he draws a line in the sand. He says, here's what I'm going to do, and he does it. I don't like that necessarily because, as you guys know, I collect football kits, soccer jerseys, and I have one on tonight, Bayern Munich. This one is authentic. This one came from Germany. Luckily, I didn't buy it from Germany because if I did, guess what happens when you buy a jersey now from overseas? You get nailed with the tariff. I've got a couple of them this year. One from Brazil, the new Flamingo kit I had on the other night. I paid $150 for that. Okay, that's an authentic kit. That's very expensive, $150. Then when I got it, I got a bill for $75 in tariffs. A 50% tariff on that kit. So I'm not a Trump fan when it comes to that, but I can then turn around and say, I appreciate the fact that he says he's going to do what he's going to do. You understand, right? That's a good thing. Saying what you're going to do and then doing it is a good thing to have. It really is. We need more of that in this world. We really do. We have too many people that are like, well, I don't know. No. Okay. I talk about a Chris Benoit. I've said this a billion times. Sorry, going to hear it really quick. Chris Benoit, the best technical wrestler, arguably of all time. He killed his wife and his kid. Still the best technical wrestler of all time, and also demented, evil, killed wife and kid. Do you guys understand? These are two things. And I'm going to do that as much as I want. You are not going to stop me from doing this. I will do that. And if that makes you uncomfortable, you're in the wrong. What I'm doing is 100% fair, whether you like it or not. And I'm going to do that as much as possible because I'm not going to be scared of things that I can and cannot say. I'm going to speak in truths. I'm going to speak in facts and in my best estimation after looking at all the facts. Here's where I come down. And the fact that we have so many people in this space who cannot do that, they're so motivated by Trump's the worst, as they call it, Trump derangement syndrome. No one person should do that much to your psyche. Okay? I don't wake up every morning thinking, oh my God, let's say I hated Biden or Trump, whichever. I don't wake up every morning going, oh my God, Trump, fucking Trump, what did you do? Now listen, I'm not suggesting there's things that maybe have affected you, decisions made, but you cannot let one person dictate your life like that, especially someone that really doesn't have much power over you unless you're in a certain circumstance. That's different. If you're an illegal immigrant, different situation. You're going to feel differently, and I understand that, right? But that said, do we or do we not have immigration laws? Question, answer it. Yes. So what, right? Are we a nation of laws or a nation of feelings? Again, I'm on the right. I'm in the right. I'm on the right every time, dudes. I come down on the right side because you know why? I'm relentlessly objective. I told you guys how many times I am a Libra. Libra is a scale. I am always weighing the scale. You guys don't understand. You just have it or you don't. I am always weighing the scale, asking me, am I being fair? And if the answer is yes, then I will do what I need to do. And in this case, if I'm trashing a film, I believe I'm being fair in trashing it, right? I'm never have gone against that where I've said, is this fair? Maybe I've gone too hard sometimes, but in general, I really try to hold back, hold until it's finally time and I have to render a decision. I'm not going to make the decision early. I'm not going to walk in and say this is already the case. That's what most people do. Yeah, God, Gore. Unbelievable. It's funny. I saw him tonight. He walked like right by me. I'm just like, oh my God. It's fine. I don't hate the guy. I just think he's one of the worst film critics ever to grace the planet. I mean, literally an embarrassment. Because what he realized was, and this is why I have no respect for Chris Gore. I'll just make it very simple, and then we'll get ready to go comments here tonight. Is because I don't respect anybody who all of a sudden decides, hey, here's how I get views. I'm going to say these things to get my audience to like me because these things are what they want to hear. I have never once thought, this is what you guys want to hear. Therefore, I'm going to deliver these words because if I do, this will make the audience happy. They will like hearing that. I do not deal in that bullshit, platitude, garbage, hive mind. It's not happening. That means that we'll forever toil in obscurity. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. That's not the driving force here. But for someone like Gore who toiled, had real trouble with his channel, no one was watching, then all of a sudden he decided, I'm going to go anti-woke. And once he did, here comes some viewers. Actually, truth be told, his views aren't that incredible. They're really not. You look at our views on a subscriber to view basis, it's way higher. It's a very high ratio because people keep coming back because they go, this guy's objective and he's good. He doesn't miss. And if he misses, it's very, very infrequently. And even if I miss, trust me, there's other people out there who go, he nailed it. It happens all the time. Go back to a 28 years later film that is borderline. I hated that fucking film. It's awful. Bone Temple's very good. A complete 180, right? And there's plenty of people who saw the same 28 years later, the completely manic and frenetic and chaotic 28 years later. And then you get Nia DaCosta to come in and then clean things up and settle things down and let things breathe, and has nothing to do with a black director. It has to do with a different way of doing things working better. That's the problem, right? If you run an anti-woke channel and you say, here comes 28 years later Bone Temple, it's much better than the first, they're going to say, well, she is a DEI card. She's not. She proves it when you watch Bone Temple. That's very dismissive, first of all. And second of all, it's because you don't know what you're talking about. I'm not suggesting DEI doesn't exist. We've talked about this how many times. DEI 100% exists. And I am absolutely against it. I am 100% for merit. And when you watch Bone Temple, the merit is there. It's a very strong film. It's one of the best films this year, without question. So you look at Bone Temple. You look at The Plague. You look at Wuthering Heights, and you look at Drive. I said Drive, but yeah, Crime 101, very similar to Drive, and lesser Michael Mann in Crime 101. These are all very good films, and this year's already got better films than last year, no question. But you look at it, and you have to be relentlessly objective. I mean, that's just the best way to put it, and that's how we'll always be. It's never going to be anything different. It's how I run. Listen, we can. Listen, it's a great call. I was going to save it for Sunday, but I can just mention it quickly. If you had a chance to see Elvis in IMAX, it was well worth the trip because it's gone now, guys. It's over. Scream has IMAX this weekend. That's why I was trying, I got that early reaction out there when I went to see it on Monday. I saw Elvis Presley, epic, Elvis Presley in concert, Baz Luhrmann, and it was worth the trip, man. I'm telling you, these things are limited, right? That's why you need to pay attention when these things are there because you have to go or they're gone. I go back to Moon Age Daydream. You guys know I am the biggest fan of Moon Age Daydream of anyone. I had a chance to talk to Brett Morgan outside of one of the screens. I told you guys that story, and I was like as fanboy as I could possibly be with any film because I just went head over heels for Moon Age Daydream, the Bowie doc. And I saw it 4 times in theaters because I knew it was going to leave, and I went to the absolute last showing. I saw it 3 times already. I went to the 4th time, the last showing of it, on like a Tuesday night at 10 o'clock at night because I knew it was the last time it would show there. And worth it. And now you got Elvis. It's going to be this weekend at your theater, but not in IMAX. So if you don't have an IMAX near you, you've not seen the Elvis doc, go see it on the biggest, loudest screen you can because it demands that. And, listen, I don't think I liked it as much, even though I really liked this film. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying as far as other music docs, I kind of prefer more. Go to the Queen doc was really good. That Queen in concert, I like that more than the Elvis, but I'm not telling you that they're all good, right? I saw Led Zeppelin was very good. You've got Queen, you've got the Bowie doc, you've got the Oasis doc was great in IMAX, and now you've got Elvis. I like them all a lot, and Elvis is very good. I think the thing is Elvis is really on the performance, right, in Vegas. So it's so heavy. The back hours, obviously, all that. I'm not the biggest Elvis fan. What I'm interested in more are the stories and seeing behind the scenes of Elvis. I think with Queen, I was into the music more because I know that music more. I'm more of a fan. Bowie, same thing, right? As a Gen Xer, obviously Bowie goes before that, Ziggy Stardust, but you go back and you look at the Let's Dance, China Girl, Labyrinth, Day In, Day Out, Never Let Me Down, all of that stuff, right? All in that 80s. That's like wheelhouse for me more so than Elvis. So that's probably why I gravitated more to Bowie. But I also like the artistic flair that Brett Morgan puts on Moon Age Daydream. If you've never seen that film, it is something. It is like getting into Bowie's soul. It's got this ethereal, spiritual feel to it. And that's what separates it, I think, from all of these, is that it's the filmmaker and Brett Morgan who's able to elevate that material to, as I said, really a spiritual level. But that's these experiences, right? When you get in a theater and you're able to see these things on the big screen with that sound and the chair is just pumping, right? You just got that reverb. It's boom, boom, boom. There's just something, it's different. It hits different, right? It hits different at home than it does at the theater. They're totally different. The theater in an ideal experience, which is at IMAX AMC, at Dolby AMC, at Prime AMC here in Burbank, they're all just so far up there in the experience factor that it makes all the difference to see them that way. So yeah, I very much recommend it. Footage of the King was great. Of course, it wasn't crazy about Boz's direction or editing choices. Yeah, Johnny, I mean, right, it's not quite as great as I thought it would be, but I still highly recommend it. Again, if you're asking me to rank the most recent music docs I've seen, it's very clearly Moon Age Daydream's number 1. I would put Queen probably 2. Led Zeppelin would be in there probably 3, maybe 4. I probably put Oasis above that because Oasis, again, more in my wheelhouse than Led Zeppelin. And there's another one in there that I was thinking of. Oh, the Bowie concert film that they brought back out for a night was fun to watch too. That was awesome. When those events happen, you got to really kind of stay dialed into that because you only get one night. You only get 2 showings, 2 nights, whatever it may be in IMAX. Like, it's coming soon. Tommy. I've never seen Tommy. So I'm so excited because I've heard great things about it, and so fantastically weird, clearly by that trailer. It's going to be in IMAX for 2 nights coming up, I want to say in March or April. So look for Tommy. Just put it into your AMC app. I think it's in there already. Get a ticket. I'm going to see it for the first time. I'm excited because you got Elton John. You've got all that shit going on in that film. But these are experiences that you just can't replicate at home. I think that's kind of the takeaway, and that's what this whole channel's found on. Going to movies. Sure, we talk about other stuff, and I can do that. But this is the passion. It's very easy to talk about this stuff because it's passionate. And, ultimately, I've told you guys, if I could have, what would be the one thing that you'd love to do? I would love, and I've told you guys this, I said it earlier, I think that there'd be no one better as a test screener of one. Nobody would be better at going in, watching a first cut and saying, here's what needs to happen. The problem is in this space, we have executives, creatives who think they know. They don't. I am better than them. I will beat them 99 times out of 100. And hell, 100 out of 100. It's really not a contest. But the problem is the egos. They will never admit that someone is stronger. And I have proven with my track record over the decade plus I've been doing this that no one is better at drilling down on precisely why things work or do not work, and or evaluating the overall worth of any given film. Nobody. No one's even close. They can all think they are, but at the end of the day, it is not a competition, and I think you guys know that. Anybody who's watched this channel knows. That's why we have so many return viewers. That's why we have such a high viewer sub ratio, because people know. But listen, at the end of the day, whatever happens, if this channel ever had a glow up, and we ended up with whatever X amount of views, it doesn't matter. The content stays the same. I do not chase views. I do not chase subs. I chase objectivity. I chase reporting as best I can and being factual and being fair. And these things aren't necessarily what society wants, but authenticity, I think, is. And I don't think there's anybody out there who's more authentic. Grace Randolph, watch out. Deep focus lens. Oh, don't get me started on deep focus lens with her bookcase and her hand on her cheek. Don't get me fucking started on. Kidding. I don't really. She's fine. She just talks. She does her reviews for the film Twitter crowd with the chin stroking. We all think we're so learned, and frankly, that's not interesting to me. And listen, you'd rather have someone just shoots and says, "Here's what's up," without an agenda and talking and all this bullshit that you're just like, come on, just stop. Nobody communicates this way, but they do, right? They do that to appear intelligent, to appear. I'm so learned is such a great word, right? It just really is, and it's a big show. And I can tell you right now, this might look like a show, me in my fucking red glasses and wearing the kit and I've got the thing. But here's the end of the day. It is because I enjoy these things, right? These are things that I enjoy doing. I enjoy the creative outlet of the art, of wearing the kits. I'm in damn good shape. I'm allowed to wear the player kit. This thing fits like a player. I mean, why do you think it does? Because I go to the fucking gym 5 days a week and I'm in the best shape of anybody my age. Without question, with way up there. Sorry, if you don't like hearing that's the truth. I work. If I work, I'm allowed to talk. That's the reality. If I work, I'm allowed to discuss it because I'm not the guy who says something and doesn't back it up. I am the receipt fucking king. And if I say it, here's the receipt. Boom, take it. It's right there. That's how I operate. That's the only way I don't understand how these other people operate. So many people I see on X, guys talking about, oh, I'm the dude, I'm in shape. No pictures, no proof. I need to see now. You want me to talk about being in shape? I've got a gym, dude, I got a gym salt from yesterday. I got whatever. I've got it all. I've got receipts from literally less than hours ago. That's how I operate. There's no one more authentic or receipt driven than me. No one. It's not even close. But the weird thing is right, as we get ready, we're almost up to an hour, so I'm about out of here. Here's the reality, is that it's weird to me how many people put up a false bullshit show and then no one calls them on it, right? No one calls me on anything because they go, there's too many receipts. There's nothing to call. I don't know what to do. The haters literally explode their head, right? Because the haters are always looking for what can I latch onto, right? How can I say this person? But the thing is every time they try, they go, I'm fucked. I don't have anything. I'm gonna have to make something up. He's racist. I mean, there's something, I don't know. Does that work? Here's the deal. Instead of all that, why don't you just accept that the gold standard is talking to you right now? Just accept that, and then we can move on. We don't have to keep playing this bullshit. But there's people out there who are weirdly obsessed, and I got news for you. Spend more time on you than worrying about me, okay? That's my best advice to you. And if you would adhere to that, maybe you would become something. But because you spend so much time obsessing about others, you can't. Because you're wasting that time. Don't do that. It's a waste of time. Let's do comment blast close out here on this Thursday night, an hour. Listen, you guys know how I feel about that. It's 1 hour and then we're done. It's the comment blast close out here on this Thursday. Let me hit the music we had tonight. By the way, it's from tonight's film, as a matter of fact. It's called Creepin', and it's a track from a trap artist, I guess. But it's on the soundtrack. I think it's in the movie. I don't remember this being in the movie, but I know it was. All right, comment blast close out. That means whatever I see, I'm going to put on the air. Let's see. I already got Bruce. Thank you again for Super Chat. Really appreciate that. Awesome that I got people watching from all over. It's fun. What? 99% what? No, it's not. Tochi, not true. Not fucking true. No, here's the reality is no, the reason I bring that up is, Tochi, is because there's no one else in the space that can even do that. So I always like to make sure that the people, especially the people that are the critics, go, oh, Weber, and they go, well, I can't do that. So you always try to throw out the thing they can't do, and then they lose their minds. I love that. Because you always want to present as much as possible so that they say, I don't know what to do here. I can't. These are all receipts. He's too fucking good. Sorry. But, here's the thing is, if maybe you took the tack of being objective, if maybe you took the tack of going to the gym 5 days a week, and you watch the food you eat, and I'm not suggesting you to eat like rice cakes, because trust me, I don't, but, reduce the Fritos. Maybe eat a protein bar instead of the large fries, even though I love sweet potato fries, and I do eat fries. But I'm just saying, right, make some different choices, but they don't. It's easier to say this person's terrible or this person's this rather than think about yourself and worry about yourself and put that work into yourself, right? But no, the reason is because I do my work. No, Kuzma. Honestly, please listen to me here. The gym selfies are for one reason. First of all, they're receipts. No question about it. They're 100% receipts. I'm not going to lie to you. They're 100% for the people out there to constantly fucking stick a receipt on their forehead. No question about it. I will do that forever. But also, it's about motivation, right? And so whatever it is to get you motivated. So I would use it for motivation. That's me. I don't look at someone who's in shape and say, hey, man, this person's a piece of shit because they would go to the gym or whatever it is. No, I'm not saying I'm better. I'm just saying I am. Big difference, right? I am, and I'm not going to shy away from that. Why would I do that? No, you play to your strengths, and frankly, I have quite a few. All right, that's the end of the song. Oh my God, you guys, that was great. What a weird stream. I appreciate you guys being here on this Thursday night. We are back. Exactly, you know it. That's exactly how it goes, Tochi. All right, we're out of here. I'm back on Sunday. We will talk about the Paramount deal a little bit more in depth. We get some more information. But at the end of the day, we won with Paramount taking Warner Brothers. And Scream 7 is entertaining trash. It's just absurd, stupid. Every word, synonym for dumb you can imagine. Throw them all in there. But you also will be oddly engaged. And if you go with it, you'll have fun. And I think that's all you can ask for out of a film. Hopefully we're fair tonight. If not, we'll try better next time, although I think we were. I'll see you Sunday night live from LA. Thanks for being here on MMT. The stream is over. Enjoy your weekend. See you.